Seeing it's nearly 2026 and I've been doing these clutch fork things here for about 8 years commercially, and I've never had one back. I guarantee them for life. They've been really, really good. But thought it was time for an update. So as you can see here, on the new versions, there will be a metal retainer which holds the push rod in like this. They seem to be a lot better because when you change your cylinder, because you will change it at some point, the rubber grips around the shaft and the plastic ones here tend to break off, and as you know, they're a bugger to put back in. So I spent a little time this summer coming up with this idea and it works kind of nice. But the problem with the forks, as you all know, they wear through like that. This is my demo one. Yeah, they don't last very long, a few years and they've gone through. The solution was to weld a plate on the back, and of course they said, oh, well, it'll outlast the clutch. Well, it can do, but if it's started to wear through because it's not lubricated, I've seen them wear through this plate as well. And before it wears through that plate, your clutch is really, really stiff. The one nice thing about these forks here with the nylon insert, nylon's self-lubricating, so added to it a little bit of grease, it lasts forever. So what's in the kit this time? Well, it's very simple really. You're going to get a pre-assembled fork. Now, like I said, this doesn't have to be too tight, just leave it loose. So you want it like this, all right? You want it like that. You're going to get some grease. You're going to get a little retainer staple. Do you know what these are for? To hold the bearing on whilst you're putting the gearbox in. Because, as JP told me the other day, kind of embarrassingly, when he was a lad, he fitted a gearbox to a car and didn't have this type of staple affair. And what happened was, as he was putting the gearbox in, the bearing fell out and he finished and bolted everything up, and then he had no clutch. So that is kind of a stupid part, but it's important. One thing to watch when you're doing your clutches, make sure that this pivot ball is tight in this housing. Alright, so because what happens is, a lot of them were aluminium. This is an aftermarket one's cast iron. These are brilliant. Never come out, alright? But if this is loose, replace it. Also, don't forget, in here, there's some dowels. There's 2 dowels, one here and one here. Don't forget the dowels. That keeps that located onto your shaft. As I say, when I've got the new kits, I'm now including some grease. There's enough grease in here to put grease here. Inside the nylon cup, even though it's nylon self-lubricating, put a little bit of lithium grease in. Same with the pivots, and you should have enough left to put some grease on here for the bearing and a little bit for your spline. Alright, if you think you need some more, I'm going to put a separate list in for these because I had to buy 300 of them just to get these. I only wanted about 50, and you can get them. But the problem is, why I don't include these slippers anymore is because, well, first of all, you don't need them. Secondly, they don't wear out, and thirdly, they add to the cost of shipping. Because if I add this and this, it's equal to the weight of that. Why is that important, Mike? Well, a wrapped up, packed up clutch fork is 499 grams. Now, if I go a gram over, go to 500 grams, it's double the price. So I'm trying to think of you guys to keep the shipping prices down. Yeah, there's no 750 gram, it just doubles the price. So I'm trying to keep that down, and like I said, these here never wear out. Just use your old ones, clean them up. If you do want some, I can list them separately because I've got about 50 of them. But I'll put them in the package and they'll go through as 498 grams, but I can't guarantee you at the other side might have to pay the difference in shipping costs. I don't know. can't say it's too much of a gamble for me. But that's the forks taken care of. I shall just do one last thing whilst I'm rambling on about the forks, because every now and again I do some refurbished ones. When you get them like this, it's not the end of the world. You can salvage these by using just a simple kit down here. I do this little kit so it's cheaper to ship. You've got the steel bush, you've got your nylon insert, you've got your staple, you've got your pop rivet, you've got your retainer and a little thing of grease and a little diagram to where to put the grease. Now, when I do my refurbished ones, these are old forks that I've used my hole saw on here to drill through here, and I sandblast them, paint them, put the bush in. It needs a couple of spot welds in, and there you go. But I can't sell them as new, but I gather a few up over the year and I put them out for charity half price. I give the money to charity for whichever I think is a good cause. The hole saw is 25mm, but the bush is a little bit bigger, and there was a reason for that, because if we did it any thinner, it would be very thin on the side walls for this bush. So you've got to open out the hole just a wee bit with a file, Dremel, die grinder, and then once you put the bush in like that, a couple of little dobs of weld just to be sure, and it won't come out. Now if you for example you fit in the kit and you get it a little bit cockeyed, well, that's a bit of an exaggeration like, but if you get it a little bit off centre, this is bigger than the hole saw, so you can file out and move it across a little bit to no detrimental effect, because it's like a top hat, so it's got a lot of surface area to go on here. And what you want is, you want the bush to be smack bang in between these two ribs. Pretty easy. Sold loads of those because they're nice and easy to fit and cheap. And not only that, if you don't want to buy a clutch fork and you're not sure what your clutch is like, you can buy a little kit that comes like this, carry it in your toolbox for the day it eventually breaks. I know I don't sound all that confident, but they do break. But if you've got the bits, you can fix it. You see what I mean? Like, not everybody wants to carry one of these around with them, but if you carry a little kit like this, it doesn't take up much space. Alright, so I hope that's helpful. And yeah, we'll get the website listed up and let's see what happens. See you later.